Hi everyone. So this is the 1 week out report from my first Carnivore contest prep. Just going over what's happened in the last week. So a lot has happened. So starting with the macros remain the same. So still got on 35%, 35 grams of fat. See, my brain is not working already. 35 grams of fat and 185 grams of protein. So exactly the same as last week. So that's the second week into that. So I'm starting to feel the effects of that. The reaction from my body, which I will cover in a second. The result from that is being I've dropped 1 kilo in a week. My Tanita body fat scale is putting me down at 2% down body fat in 1 week, which is quite a lot. I'm definitely seeing the difference. So it's really, it's really sped up the fat loss. I've taken off 2 centimeters off my hips, which is my, saddlebags, my weak point. So yeah, so is clearly is having the right results, which is great, thank God, because it's quite depleted, having only 35 grams of fat and 185 grams of protein when that's all you eat, really. Still eating the same food, so nothing is changing. So into this week. How have things gone? Right, so first of all, I had my blood donation on Monday. As I've got hemochromatosis, I have to donate blood regularly to keep that under control, because I load iron too quickly. To say that doing blood donation, 2 weeks out is a bad idea, that's an understatement, to be honest. I did not have a choice. I had some delays in the previous attempt to donate blood. There was problems, so it was pushed forward 2 weeks out. And as you can imagine, when they take out 1 pint of blood in less than 10 minutes, it has serious repercussion on your blood pressure. I already have a low blood pressure naturally. After that, the severe dieting dropped my blood pressure further. So after I did my donation, it took 3 attempts to try to sit me up without me collapsing. So it was a nice experience, and that whacked me out for the following 2 days. I was really exhausted for the following 2 days, more than normally would be, which is understandable because you should not be doing a blood donation when you're dieting at this level. But as I say, that's not a choice. It's something I need to do. It does help as well, donating blood, but it's something I've got to do. So having said that, my training this week was all over the place. I still did my 4 days, but I couldn't do them, spread them out evenly, because obviously you can't exercise on the day of blood donation. You can't exercise the day after. To be honest, I was absolutely zapped out the day after anyway. That would have had no energy to do anything. I was still feeling very dizzy from that for about 48 hours afterwards. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I did no training whatsoever. I just did my steps. Which again possibly was not a good idea at 12,000 steps a day, because I was really zapped out from that. But I still did those ones because I need to keep momentum going. And for my training days were literally back-to-back days, which is not ideal. Again, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Doing the same split, so 3 legs day, 1 upper body day, with 30 minutes cardio at the end of it, as well as my 12,000 steps. So I am feeling quite battered today, to be honest with you, because it's, 4 days of training in a row, especially after blood donation, is really not ideal. So I'll be really glad to be able to get to bed early tonight to try to recover, because I'm absolutely zapped out. I've got to say, actually, though, that's one good thing about me. My sleep is not messed up. In fact, I'm actually completely switched off. Come 8 o'clock, I can't keep my eyes open at all, no matter what I do. So actually, my sleep has been solid all the way through. I do notice I'm really hungry by the time I get to bed, and I'm really hungry when I wake up in the morning. So the hunger definitely has increased. That's one of the things, unfortunately, but it's understandable given the low amount of food I'm having at the moment. Other things to report, my stomach's not happy. I'm having lots of gastric distress, heartburn, stomach aches, and bouts of diarrhea. I think that's down to the L-carnitine, to be honest with you, because it's quite high dosage. But keep going through. This week we decided, because I'm getting a lot of edema in the last, definitely since I increased the cardio. I'm getting a lot of edema in my legs, so my legs are really swollen and puffy. So this week we did some pictures on Thursday, and judging on those, my coach decided to increase my water intake further to try to flush it out. The more water in, the less water retention. So I've been having 4 liters a day, 4 liters water a day since Thursday. Everything else remains the same. Electrolyte remains the same. Salt remains the same. All the other supplements remain the same. It's just increased the volume of water, which I don't find difficult because I've actually got, always got dry mouth. So I'm quite happy to sip water throughout the day. It doesn't bother me at all. I'm actually quite happy with that. What else has happened? So yes, gastric distress, not great. Headaches. Since midweek, I've been waking up with a headache every day. At one point, I actually thought I was coming down with something because I had a bit of sore throat. So, God, please don't tell me. Because obviously, when you deplete, your immune system is struggling. Yeah, so I thought that I work in an office, and which is not ideal because there's also the viruses going around at the moment, and you're sitting there with air conditioning on is the best way to spread the viruses. So I said, please don't pass me anything. I don't think my body can cope with any viruses right now. And I can't take viruses because I need to keep on training, keep pushing along. So I've had a few days with sore throat, really bad headaches, feeling really tired. But I think it's just because I'm a bit depleted. Thankfully, nothing's happened. I'm still taking my very high vitamin D3 dose. And I think that's really helping, to be honest with you. So everything's the same, supplement the same. Autoimmunes are flaring up, so lupus is flaring up like there's no tomorrow, rushes, reactions, and again I think it's because it's really, really low fat, and my body is really not it's so much stress on the body at the moment between the exercise and the diet that is flaring up every single autoimmune disorders I got, and I accepted that. I know it was going to happen. It's not ideal. Fast the dieting the way I am at the moment, but it's a damage control really. So we've got the plan is I'm sending the picture to my coach tomorrow morning. As I say, I can see they look better. Yes, definitely can see that the fat is coming down, is reducing considerably. So it's still again not as well as I would have liked to be, on stage. The Tanita scale, which is the most accurate, I got 2 scale. One is the weeding scale I use daily, just to track my trends. And that's not very accurate because you just stand on it. It only takes the body fat from your feet, from the lower body, and then estimates the rest. While the Tanita is a segmental scale. I use that for my personal training clients, and it's got hands as well as feet electrodes, so measuring that, and that is put to me at the moment at 16.3% body fat, which is probably right. Because I'm normally hovering about 19, 20, and I've dropped down considerably just in the last couple of weeks, which again is not ideal. I mean, to give you an indication, with these scales, it's telling me I'm 9% body fat. There is no way in hell I'm 9% body. I like to, but I'm not. So that shows how inaccurate it can be. The Tanita is a lot more accurate. That's the one I always use when I really want to get a better idea. So that's telling me I'm 16, which is not bad, but really I think I probably should need... realistically speaking, needs to be probably 13 for a woman, for bikini. So I'm well out still. I'm just hoping that the peak week, last week, we can flush out a lot of water, and that would be enough to give me a more toned look, if you like. There's still fat there that shouldn't be there, but is put it down to lesson learned, and move on, and then the next contest prep, I'll know what I'm doing, and I'll start sooner, and things will be a lot better. I no longer look like an elephant on stilts when I wear the heels, so it's getting better. I just need to work a bit more on the flow because I tend to stop and start and stop and start. So it needs to be more flow, graceful, ladylike. I don't do ladylike very well. I'm more like a tomboy. So I'm working on that, trying to keep it fluid. So every time I get a chance, I'm posing. Posing even without the heels, just to get work on the floor, to keep it as flowy as possible. And I'm still doing every morning when I drive to work, I'm still doing my stomach vacuums and my butt clenches to try to get the glutes working every day, and to get my midriff in as much as possible, to get used to holding it in while you're still breathing. So all the little bits and pieces. So then tomorrow I'll submit my check-in, and my coach will tell me what the plan is for peak week. I haven't got a clue. I'm hoping there is a refeed there somewhere, a fat refeed, because my body is really struggling. The stress level is flaring up absolutely everything. And I'm hoping that it'll refeed to fill up the muscles, because I'm feeling very flat at the moment. My flat muscles are gone, really flat. I was surprised today in the gym though, because I thought I would start losing strength, but actually I'm maintaining all my lift, and actually a couple of them I increased them. So I must be this pressure I had before the training that it just gave me that power, the last boost. It's me. I'm also very stubborn. I refuse. I'm so worried that I'm going to lose muscle mass because I'm having so little food that I'm really pushing the bare minimum I'm happy to accept is to equal the performance I did the week before. And then I'm always trying to squeeze in one extra rep if I can, just to challenge the body, so to convince my body to hold on to the muscle and not start dumping the muscle at the same time. So Monday I'll find out what the plan is. I suspect so refeeds. I'm hoping the exercise will decrease because I know my legs get really puffy after training sessions. So if I train close to the competition, I got a feeling I'm going to go on stage with very puffy legs, which is not a good thing. And at the moment, since I really cut the calories, the amount of food so drastically, I've noticed the edema on my leg is a lot worse. I mean, I came home one evening, my calves were balloons, and I thought it actually looked like a broken my ankles. My ankles were so swollen, it looked like it'd been broken. I never had anything like that. So it's obviously my body, fighting back with everything it's got. So we are on the last stretch. So hopefully, there will be a little bit of less training, maybe a bit more pump work rather than actual strength, in the gym, and less of it. Maybe not quite as much cardio as well, because that's exhausting my legs. And then not sure what happens with the water, if there's any manipulation there. I mean, I'm a novice there, so I'll see what my coach says, what I'm supposed to be doing. But yeah, so we're literally next Sunday at this time I would have done my competition. So I will be looking nice and tanned for a start, not pale. That's the other thing actually that's been really challenging this week, the weather. We've gone from pretty much summer temperature to winter temperature literally overnight. I had to take my winter jacket out, and because I've got very little thyroid tissues left, so I'm really underactive thyroid, plus I got Hashimoto, and add to that the fact that I'm very restricted in my food at the moment. I'm cold all the time, but boy, I mean, it was the other morning when I got in the car to get to work, it was only 9 degrees, and it's the day before it'd been like 24 degrees. I mean, it's bloody ridiculous. I mean, how much the weather has dropped, the temperature's dropped, but I'm definitely feeling it. I mean, I've got my winter pajama socks and everything going to bed. I'm absolutely cold and freezing, and that's the thyroid struggling along other things, and I know that's the case. But I know it's happening, so just got 1 week to go, and after that I can start reverse dieting and get some more fats in there, increase the fat, so that all my hormones, including the thyroid, can start recovering, and then go back to normal. And then I want to spend possibly a year really building. So once I've got myself back up to a good state of health, so the idea is really to be able to maintain weight on, quite a high amount of food, so get my metabolism recovered from the competition, and then really, really hit it hard to try to build lots of muscle, and then looking after that to start another competition where I will be able to bring my very best physique. I want to do a competition where I can bring my best package. This is not it. There's been a few mistakes on the way, and obviously first competition, my body's not responding the way we were expecting it to respond as well. So it's been a learning curve, lots of good data, lots of learn lessons for next time. So I've got no doubt the next time I'm going to allow enough time, and that will allow me to bring the very best package, on the stage, and then I'll feel happy, and then I can decide whether it's something I want to continue to do or whether I'm happy leaving it like that. So let's say this week is like a trial round, so I get to see what goes on behind in the stage and all the tanning, all the kind of stuff, how it all works. From what I understand, the Masters bikini are in the afternoon, which is not ideal because that's when I start swelling up in the afternoon. My thyroid also drops more in the afternoon, so I'm knackered. But it's just one day. Just got to prop myself up with lots of coffees and try to get my energies up as much as possible. And then I don't know, I'd be interested to see how many ladies are there. I hope it's not a mega busy one, otherwise you have to fight for space, because it's hard enough to be seen properly, then you got to fight for space. I'm barely balancing on those hills, so I just start pushing people around, I might lose my balance and end up on my backside, so hopefully not. That's it. So 1 week, it's getting exciting and scary at the same time. So a few things have changed this week. A few reactions from my body is not enjoying the process, which is understandable with 4 different autoimmune disorders. Blood donation, which didn't help. Macros still the same, and now see what happens next week. Whether I can decrease the amount of exercise and maybe add some fat there, do a fat refeed to fill out the muscle, hopefully. So the next time I'm gonna do the report is I might do it the day before the competition, Saturday, just to say it's the day before, see what's going on, what I found out and how things have gone this week, and then possibly the day of the competition, just reporting how it went and everything. And then of course I put some pictures. So that hopefully that will help. So it is all in all, it is a nice experience, I gotta say. There's, as I said, there's a lot of things that didn't quite go to plan. However, it's as a first time round, it's something that I've got to say I can really feel like I'm catching the bodybuilding competition bug. So I'm one of those people who can get really, really too much into stuff. So I have to try to control myself. And if, and for the next competition, I need to make sure I give myself enough time to be able to do it properly and everything. But I can see it's nice to have a goal. I've been for many years been going to the gym and training. I just love training the gym. I just love feel good and feeling my muscles working. And as a personal trainer, it's just something I've always done. You enjoy doing it. But it's nice to actually have a goal, something you're aiming for. And it's nice to learn the process, what to do and how your body responds to different things. You learn quite a lot about yourself and how your body responds. And as I say, the body's ever changing. Menopause changes. Absolutely, it's a complete game changer. What worked before doesn't work after the menopause. After that, multiple autoimmune disorders. and you get a right mess trying to find your way through all of that. But overall, it has been a good experience. Let's hope that the day of the show is another good experience. As I said, I'm not going there, thinking of placing. I'll just be happy to go there and be able to perform my routine nicely, as smoothly as possible, and feeling confident. Is the mental side of it is more important for me. Being able to be on a stage in front of people, just a bikini, is going to be a major victory already. And then get the experience, get a feel for how things work. So next time I'll know better. And then next time, yes, then I will want to place, ideally, to really bring the best package possible in place. But I will give myself plenty of time for that. Okay, so that's the lot for this time round. And any comments, any questions, please feel free to leave them underneath. Thank you. Bye.